So it was wonderful listening to all the speakers, so much to learn. But one thing I learned from Dr. H.K. Gupta's talk, that if you want to prevent cardiac arrest, then don't get married. That's why I can say this. But on a serious note, let me share with you a slide. So friends, we see all these people. What is one common thing that we all see in all of them, you know? What is one common thing they owe their success in their life? They're all successful people and in different endeavors. Maybe sports, maybe bodybuilding, maybe actor, businessman. Yeah. All of them owe their success to meditation. So, so we now know that it is not just for spiritual reasons, but even for even materialistic reasons. Because what we see as material is nothing but spiritual. It is spirit turned into matter. And today we have 7.9 billion people on the planet. What is one common thing that we're all looking for? What is one common thing that we're all craving for? Can you say? Happiness, peace, right? So everybody have one common thing that we're all looking for. And that means everything that we do in our life is for an emotional payoff, right? If I do this, then I'll be happy. If I buy this new house, then I'll be happy. If I buy this car, I'll be happy. If I get this life partner, then I'll be happy. If I get a new wardrobe, I'll be happy. If I go on a vacation, I'll be happy. So our happiness is always dependent on something. But our ultimate goal, whatever we want in our life, the ultimate end is happiness. Everything else is a means to that end, right? So eventually we're all looking for happiness. And since our childhood, we've been hypnotized to believe that our happiness lies outside of us. Right? Whatever we've learned from our mother, father, teacher, preacher, religion, friends, trends, everybody, from nation, superstition, everybody taught, oh, happiness is outside. What we first believed is it was in a toy, became a car as we grow up, or a relationship moving further. So basically it's all dependent outside. Now, but what we see as happiness actually is pleasure. Short-term pleasure. You get what you want. You get your dream car. You get the dopamine rush. You feel the dopamine rush for 2 hours, 2 days. And then the dopamine rush wears off. The emptiness again comes back. And now you want something different, something more now. Something new. And now, again you say, oh, now if I get this, then I'll be happy. So we're always postponing our happiness. We're always in a waiting room. And it is natural, it is our natural desire to be happy, right? And because we are conditioned to believe that happiness lies outside of us, we keep desiring this world of things. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with the world of things. But the only challenge is the world of things outside, when we completely depend on happiness outside, is the world of things outside, the very nature of it is impermanence. Right? It is there today, it is not there tomorrow. And even if it is there today, then you have a fear of losing it, because you know you can lose it. So either you are chasing for it, or even if you have it, you are in a fear of losing it. Or achieving more. If you have 1 lakh, you wanted 1 crore. If you get 1 crore, you say, oh, now I need 10 crores. So you're always chasing more and more. Because the dopamine rush wears off after a time, and then you want something more. Now, we've been told that not to desire. When you talk about spirituality or religion, they say don't desire the world of things. Limit your desires. But how do you limit your desire? If something is giving you happiness, if at least you believe that it is giving you happiness, obviously you want it because it is your need. It is a human need to be happy. And that's why you desire the world of things. But the nature is impermanent. And so if you don't need to, if I need to depend on something, if I need to be happy forever, if I really need to be happy forever, then I need to depend on something which is permanent in nature. Right? The very thing that gives you happiness outside holds the same equivalent amount of power to make you unhappy. Right? We see recently Trump and Elon Musk, great friends. Right? After some days, they became a cause of pain for each other. Yeah. The same friendship, which was a great source of joy, became a source of pain. But so is our life, with everything else in our life. I remember I had a dream that when I make so much of money, I'll buy a Mercedes car. I bought that car. I was so happy. After 2 days, me and my wife were going in that car. We had the worst fight of our life in the same car. After 10 days, somebody banged the car. I was miserable. So the problem is the nature of impermanence, right? And that is where meditation comes in. What does meditation do? Meditation, so what, before coming to meditation, who is unhappy? When you lose something or we don't have something, who is unhappy? What is the reason for unhappiness? Because when we find happiness in something outside, we naturally get attached to it. There's a reason. If something is giving me happiness, obviously I'll get attached to it. But the moment it is not there, or I feel the insecurity of losing it, now I get restless. I am upset. I feel anxiety. I have fear because that is a cause of my joy. So who get attached to this world of things is my identity, my ego, my personality self, right? No matter what you are, we all wear certain roles in our life, right? Oh, I am a businessman. Oh, I am a spiritual teacher. Oh, I am a mother or a father. Oh, I am a prime minister. Oh, I am a MLA. Or I am the chairman of this company. Or whatever, multiple roles we play, right? And that gives us our identity, our ego. That has become our personality self. Starts from our name given by parents. The moment somebody utters that word, which is your name, you identify yourself, right? And like that, we develop certain identities. Now, when that identity, now that has become us, that has become me. If you say, oh, I am a businessman, I am a spiritual teacher, now I feel this is my identity. When I meet my child, oh, I am a father. How can my son talk to me like this? Right? It is my identity. So the moment, what get attached to the world of things is my identity, right? When I say, oh, my son, how can my son talk to me like this? How can he be rude to me? How can he back answer me? So what is being threatened is my identity as a father, right? So that brings resistance in me. That anything which is happening outside is not as per my choice, is not as per my expectation, brings resistance in me in form of some negative emotion. anger, frustration, resentment, grievance, guilt, shame. All negative emotion is some form of resistance. Some form of resistance to existence. Some form of resistance to what is. Right? And that resistance generates negative emotion. And that's why we are unhappy. And we generate that resistance, we lose our connection to our inner being. We lose our connection to our source. We lose our connection to our consciousness, pure consciousness. That resistance, that is the block. It is not that through meditation you'll get happiness. It is not something that you're going to get from outside. It is through meditation you'll connect back to your own source. That Aham Brahmasmi, that source whose very nature is Satya Chit Anand, pure love, pure joy, pure happiness. That was our true nature. That was our original state. That unhappiness which we feel as that we term as unhappiness is actually because of our resistance to the world of things, to non-acceptance of the situations. And who is non-acceptance of the world of things? Is our identity, our ego, our personality self. So that's why meditation is a powerful tool. Lao Tzu said, stop thinking and end your problems. Right? Because the moment you stop thinking, you lose your identity, your ego, your personality self. You forget whether who you are. We exist because of our thoughts. René Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. That's what Lao Tzu saying, stop thinking and end your problems. That's what Buddha discovered. That's what we learned from Patri sir. If you stop thinking, you lose your identity. If you lose your identity, you lose the resistance. If you lose your resistance, for that moment, you connect to your consciousness. You come back to your true nature, your original nature. When you rest in your consciousness, you experience pure love, pure joy, pure happiness. That changes your state of being. That's why meditation. And a powerful tool is just to observe your breath, be with your breath. When you are Buddha, that's what Buddha taught, Ana-Pana-Sati. When you are with your breath, the technology is with your breath, your thought starts reducing. When your thought stops, you lose your identity. When you lose your identity, you lose your resistance. And you connect to your source. And then your source is the ultimate resource. Then you know that you are enough. When you connect to the source, that source is wholeness, is complete in itself. It is conscious by itself, it is self-illumined. When you connect to that source, when your source becomes the source of happiness, the joy, the inner source of happiness, then you don't need to outsource happiness outside. Your source becomes the ultimate resource. And when you find that happiness inside, then your relationship with everything outside changes. Because now you know that I don't need to depend on anything outside. If everything what I'm doing in my life is for happiness, for that emotional payoff called happiness, then why not go and take a shortcut? Why not go and get happy right now, right here? Why do I need to depend on something and get something and then I'll be happy? And the beauty is so you just change the equation. Rather than depending on something which is impermanent, why not depend on something which is permanent? Which is my pure consciousness, which is my consciousness. Which will be there with me all the time, which has been there with me many lifetimes. So why not depend on something which is permanent? And once you experience that pure consciousness, once you rest in that, once you experience the joy flowing from within, the fountain of joy flowing from within, then your everything outside your relationship changes. You are in the world but not of the world. As Swamiji said, detached attachment. Our Honorable Vice President said detached attachment. You are in the world but not of the world. While you are with your child or a mother or a work environment, you know this is the role you are playing. But you know it's a temporary role. Right? You know that, but ultimately you know you are pure consciousness, which is untainted, which is unaffected. Right? No matter what's going on around the world, that consciousness remains unaffected. That is the beauty. That is what we all have. And we are not making use of that source. Because the world has conditioned us differently. Kabir Das ji said, "Pani mein meen pyasi." It's like that, you know. What irony. अगर कोई बोले पानी मछली में रह के अगर प्यासी है, तो same way we are swimming in consciousness. In a sea of happiness, yet we are looking for happiness. We are stressed, we are unhappy, we are in the search for happiness, eventual happiness later. We are making our life unhappy, going through hardship, stressful, so that one day I'll be happy. But you know, by the time you reach there, you'll get addicted to stress. A body becomes addicted to stress. By the time you achieve a deadline, you're already dead. But the beauty is when you use meditation as a tool for transformation, meditation as a tool, then for connecting to the source, and then do whatever you're doing, the journey becomes joyful. If the journey is joyful, the destination will be joyful. And life is always about journey. There's no end goal, there's no end destination. It's always a moving goalpost. It's something different that we wanted as a child, then as an adult, when we mature, when we become old, our goals will keep changing. But what is important is the journey. The journey is the destination. And that is why we call human beings. Human is about doing. But being is about from what state of being are you doing what you're doing. And that's what meditation does, it changes your state of being. That is how I like to start my day. First, I want to meditate and become very, 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 very happy. I will not get up from meditation until I feel very, 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 very happy. Then I will do whatever I have to do. If good happens, good. If bad happens, still good. Because my happiness is not dependent on outside anyways. Now I am not attached to the result. I am not attached to the outcome. Because the outcome, I already have it within me. And when you know that source, when you get used to that source, no matter what happens in your life, you will never feel anxiety. Because you know you can always go within and retreat and come back with that joy within, with that alignment within. And that alignment is all that matters. One in alignment is more powerful than millions who are not. So friends, lot have been said about meditation. I would like now, I think there's a break for 5 minutes. We are doing some felicitation, and then we'll do a 20 minutes short meditation. Is that okay? Yeah? Because, I mean, you have to do it. How much can you talk on meditation actually? You know? It's like talking on swimming. How much can you talk on swimming? You have to get into the water and swim. So, yes. So let's do meditation. I was going to talk for 40 minutes. I said better divide into 20-20, you know. Yeah. We'll go with meditation? Oh, lovely. Best. Perfect. Thank you. All right, friends. So, I want you all to... Have you distributed a meditation mask? Sorry? But why do you give it? Don't have time. In the meantime, I can take some questions. They're distributing meditation mask. In the meantime, anybody has any questions? We can take one or two questions.
You speak so highly of meditation and with a lot of confidence. So how come you started your meditation journey and became so confident about it? Seems to be the most important thing in your life, in one way.
Absolutely. I owe everything in my life to meditation because the year was 1993 when my father passed away. All of a sudden, I was 19, he was 46, and I slipped into depression kind of phase for 2.5 years. And after 2.5 years, I was detected as chest tuberculosis. I was in Bombay, second year college, when my father passed away, partying, normal college life, very carefree. But then after his death, everything changed. And when I got TB, that was the time I really broke down and I said, I need help. I need somebody to guide me. And my teacher knew Brahmarshi Patriji, and he happened to come to Bombay next day. He stayed with me. And then he asked me, he saw me taking medicines. It was the second day of taking medicine for TB. And he asked me, why are you taking medicines? And I told him that, sir, I was detected with TB. And I told him what happened in the last 2.5 years, what emotions I am going through. So he told me your medication, your TB is like a fire alarm. By taking medicines, you are shutting the fire alarm. But the real fire, which is the emotional cause of grief, anxiety, insecurity, unless you treat that, you're never going to be, your disease is never going to be truly healed. Then something else will come up. I said, I don't know any way better. He said, that's why I'm here today. And first time I meditated with him, I felt very relaxed, very calm. And that intrigued me. And then he told me, if you meditate for 40 days, you can heal your TB without any medication. Sir, I left the next day. I gave him the commitment that I'll meditate for 40 days. Doctor had given me a medicine for 30 days and he told me after 30 days do an X-ray again and come back with your X-ray and I'll give the next medication dose for next 8 months for the TB. I got my X-ray done after a month and went to the doctor and he was surprised. The TB was completely gone. And he told me, this is the first time in my life I've seen somebody healing TB with 1 month of dose. I didn't tell him that I only took for 2 days. And since then, when I remember when I was walking down the stairs, I was with tears rolling down my eyes. It was tears of joy and inspiration. And the inspiration came within that, in this lifetime, I want to spread meditation to everybody. And that's how my journey started. That's how I got back to Patri sir, and that's how my journey started. So since then, I've been with Patri sir spreading meditation, and last 8 years I actually started teaching myself. Yeah. So in short, this is my journey. But many stories about my business, my relationship, everything I owe to meditation.
My name is Jagmohan Singh, owner of Chef Nirvana. I've come from Thailand. I'm a professional chef and we talk about meditation a lot, but what I feel a body needs, the most important thing is food. Why we don't talk about food meditation? In the whole this market, food is not sold, it's poison has been sold, wrong labeling, wrong, sugar free. When you see the label, there's not white sugar added. And they are crafted ice cream selling for, so expensive. What we are doing about it?
So actually we are talking about food, right?
Yeah, food
Swamiji said it is the food for the soul meditation.
Yeah, the food meditation, but what we are doing for it? Why we, without food...
So I guess it's a different platform, right? Today, this conference, our goal is talking about meditation. Okay. But of course, that's of course what you said is a
important thing
important topic, but that's not the agenda of this conference.
Why we cannot think of adding food? meditation with part of this type of thing.